Hello everyone, this is a team I've been wanting to try since they introduced weather balls last season. I've been fiddling around with it to try and get it to work, and I think I finally hit on something that does what I need it to. We've got a triple weather ball team here with Politoed on the lead with Mudshot, Weather Ball and Blizzard. We've got Snow Ninetales with Powder Snow, Weather Ball and Psyshock, and we've got a Roserade in the back with Bullet Seed, Weather Ball and Grass Knot. Now, I've had a few people ask me about, well, why not Cherrim? Because Cherrim does have the more bulk, and that is true, it does. The reason I went with Roserade is because I like the poison subtyping, because it gives you resistance to fighters, and most importantly, gives you resistance to Azumarills' fairy moves. So you can actually end up in a situation, particularly at the moment, where most Azumarills I've run into seem to be dazzling, Play Rough and Hydro Pump. Roserade does a lot better against those than a plain grass type would. And also Grass Knot, it's a faster move, and the thing I don't like about Cherrim is just how expensive it can be to charge up to either a Solar Beam or a Dazzling Gleam. Grass Knot comes out a lot quicker, it hits very hard, and that's kind of what we do with this team. We put on the pressure with those weather balls and we just don't stop. Powder Snow is there instead of Charm for the same reason, because we want the energy gain, we want to be throwing weather balls at them or Psyshocks at them. We don't really want to be lowering the shield pressure by charming them. So with that in mind, here's the set I played this morning with this team, and I hope you enjoy it. Politoed can have Earthquake as well. I think it's arguable which is better, but mostly I've got Blizzard because I'm a cheapskate and I don't want to spend the ETM. So we lead into a Swampert. This is actually a solid start for us because obviously we resist Swampert's Hydro Cannons and they don't resist our Weather Balls. So we can just go swapsies here. We overcharge a little bit to force a CMP tie, which we lose, but that's okay because we resist their move. We have the Weather Ball in return, as you can see, take a big chunk off them, and again we'll go for the CMP tie. Again we lose, that's fine. Like I say, we can take another one. Hydro Cannon coming through, and we return the favour of the Weather Ball. Now at this point we're going to start pressuring their shields, and actually because we gained that one extra move of Weather Ball energy, we're going to get to our next one well before they get to their Hydro Cannon, because we only need 3 mud shots, they need 5. So this way, get the next shield off them, excellent. Now we might be able to get to the next Weather Ball, no. Galvantry comes in and they take us out a bit too quickly. Okay, so it goes. So we bring in Roserade here, because Roserade, we need to shield the lunges, obviously, but we do resist the electric. And we throw fireballs in return, and hopefully that's a bit more fun. Overcharge again, get to 2 there. Got to be careful with the timing a little bit, because you don't want to give away too many free Volt Switches, and they don't shield. So we're going to go for another one. Put them down before they can throw. Again, we've got the energy lead there, and this is what Roserade's all about, that energy lead. In comes Skarmory, which is again why I like the Roserade, because Skarmory obviously hits you super effective, but Weather Ball definitely gets his attention, as you can see. And we're going to get to another one. Yes, we are. Wow. So the Weather Ball spam comes thick and fast here. Now obviously we're going to steer clear of it with... Actually no, we don't need to worry about Ninetales actually, but we're going to bring in Ninetales anyway. I'm going to shield the incoming, because it might be a Brave Bird. Sky attack. Okay, it's fine. We hit for neutral because obviously the flying and the steel cancel out, and they concede. I think they're Swampert on low health there, and their Skarmory on low health means they saw that was a loser. Oh, and no shield left, of course, and we'll be able to weather ball them. Politoed comes into a Talonflame. Seen quite a few of those. It's new and fun, but that's okay. They're often on the lead, and that's what we like with Politoed. In comes a Bomber Snow. We're just going to go for a cheeky Blizzard and see if they don't count their mud shots quite carefully enough, and sure enough, Blizzard it is. We'll go straight into the Ninetales, because that means we resist their Weather Ball. We can afford to not shield here, because even an Energy Ball won't hurt us too much, but it's a Weather Ball, so we resist that. We hit for neutral with our ice, and they hit for resisted with their ice, so again, we can just not shield here. The Weather Ball's still taking a chunk off us, but that's fine, because we farmed it down and got a nice big whacking great dollop of energy. So here comes the Talonflame. This is a ticklish one, because Talonflame is obviously hitting super effective. We're hitting for neutral with Weather Balls, and we're going to have to play timing games with those Incinerates. Obviously they're a 5-turn move, and we're throwing 2-turn Powder Snows, so we can actually sneak in 2 Powder Snows before throwing. And if we time that right, there we go. So we've got our shield off Talonflame, and okay. And now we've got our Politoed ready. We've got plenty of shield left, so we may as well shield this. Got a good chance to be a Brave Bird. Flame Charge, no, it's fine. And get the Weather Ball in time, and of course it's a Swampert. Swampert's quite solid to partner with Talonflame. I'm seeing that a fair bit. but I mean, I think mostly because it takes out the Bastiodons and it has play against the other water types, but it doesn't have play against Roserade. So we're going to shield here because they might have got to a Sludge Wave by now. Sure enough, they have. We actually are neutral to Sludge Wave because we've got our Poison subtype, but that's okay. And now we're taking Swampert out, the Talonflame comes in, we've got 2 Weather Balls pretty much ready to go, so we can afford to have some Incinerates to the face whilst we spam another Weather Ball. There we go. Fire fighting fire. Weather Ball is one of those moves that's just so spammy that even when resisted it still does a useful amount of damage, as you can see. And Grass Knot, they're double resisted instead of single resisted, so there's no point using that. Another Talonflame, okay. Seems to be the day for it today. That's okay, we've got a nice strong lead here with Politoed and a Melmetal. I haven't seen one of those in GL in Great League for quite some time, so I'm not going to shield here because I think that was too quick for a Thunderbolt. It's likely they've got Rock Slide and Superpower. So they're just going to Rock Slide us probably. And then the problem we've got here is, obviously our back row doesn't really do too well against Melmetal. I suppose Roserade does have some play here. Maybe I'll switch into that at some point, but actually I do want to try and take out this Melmetal with my Politoed. And in hindsight I think I'm making a mistake here because it means I'm using up my main counter for the Fire type, but still. Weather Ball goes through and we are going to be able to farm down the Melmetal, get the energy lead, save up our Weather Ball and switch for the Politoed. Now at this point I should have gone into the Roserade. That's okay though, we're just going to throw Psyshock spam and Flood catching the bubbles. Oops. Right, we're not going to shield here, we need that shield for going up against the Talonflame. Weather Ball comes through, hits us for neutral, and there's another Weather Ball. They return the favour with the Weather Ball spam, that's fine. In comes the Talonflame, we're just going to throw that Weather Ball. Hits for neutral against Talonflame, so it's not actually all that insignificant, and we've got their shield. So now we're going to go for a quick rush for the Politoed, and there we go, here comes a Weather Ball. Isn't quite going to take it out, I don't think, but it's going to be close, yeah. So, I'm gambling here that I can get to another one before them, but I'm actually, in hindsight, again, miscounted their Incinerates. They only did 1 to get to the next one, so, yeah. And now we've got something vulnerable to fire going up against a Fire type. We can get to the Weather Ball, but as you can see, those 2 Incinerates have taken off a massive chunk of our health. And the Weather Ball does take them out, which is okay, but we've got a Politoed in the back. Can we get to the Grass Knot? Not quite. I think we're in with a chance, but still. Weather Ball is enough to take us out, because Roserade is quite squishy. So, next up. Politoed into Azumarill. So you might look at this team and go, hey, what do you do about Azumarill? Because obviously you've got a water type and an ice type, and both are resisted by Azumarill. But that's okay, actually. Politoed's matchup is quite solid, and we counted 6 bubbles there, so we're pretty sure this is actually a play rough, which we resist, which is great. So in comes the Talonflame. Okay, that's fine. We baited it out. That'll do. It keeps it away from the Ninetales in the back. And the Azumarill's dry on energy, so that's okay too. And now we've got the Politoed ready to go with Weather Ball spam. Straight in, they didn't get their Incinerate off, that's good. And we'll go for another one. And another one. Again, overfarm a little bit, mistime it slightly, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to not take the risk that's Brave Bird, and it was. At this point, they're in trouble because now they've just debuffed themselves, and in comes another Weather Ball. Kablam! Goodbye, Talonflame. Okay, Raichu's going to hurt, so we're going to switch out to Ninetales immediately. And again, move in with the Weather Ball spam. Nice switch for them to catch. That was good timing. Still, Psyshock will do some good work against the Azumarill. Yes, Politoed doesn't look like it does well against the Azumarills, but actually, because it's resisting its moves, it's still doing decently, just because of the huge amount of spam it's throwing. And likewise with the Ninetales here, obviously they're resisting our Powder Snow, but our Powder Snow is not our primary damage. At this point we could shield, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let it go down. Doesn't quite take us out, that's slightly annoying. We aren't going to get to another one. Still, we should be able to go for a farm down here, or not, as the case may be, and throw a Weather Ball. I was just trying to decide whether to actually, throw it or not, but still. I'm going to go for Raichu. We're going to have to shield whatever they throw, because it's almost certainly electric, which will one hit us. And it's Wild Charge, yes, okay, still. They debuffed themselves, and they may have overtapped. I don't know if they built up to 2 there, I don't think they did. So, Weather Ball comes through, goodbye Raichu. And Politoed into Skarmory. Again, this is a neutral matchup. This is good for us. We're going to be throwing Weather Balls thick and fast and keeping that away from our Roserade in the back, so we're happy to stay in here. The major job that Politoed has to do is take out any steals, but again, Roserade can cover us on that one a little bit. We shield here because they did, so we want. Sorry, they didn't, but we outpaced them, so we want to stay in for as long as possible and just keep that spam hammer going. Blam, and overfarm a little bit more and throw again. Weather Balls every 8 turns is just ridiculous. Now at this point, our health's getting low, but we're going to commit to trying to win the lead. Because again, I think we outpaced them, and sure enough, in comes Raichu. We're going to Weather Ball that, and then go for a switch, I think. Counter switch them to our Roserade, which is of course electric resistant. And just go straight into the Grass Knot. Weather Ball, as you can see, does 60 damage, Grass Knot does 90, and you get stabbed, so it one-shots the Raichu. And in comes the Scum again, and we get to a Weather Ball in time, and hopefully this will be enough to take it out. And there we go, goodbye Scum. What we got next? Blastoise. Oh dear, that's not going to make like a Grass Knot either. So, good game, well played, thanks to my opponent. So, 5 matches there. That's 4 out of 5 for that team. It's been a bit variable, this team, I have to say. There's some things it doesn't do too well against, but generally speaking, you're in with a chance against most matches, just because of the sheer amount of Weather Balls you're throwing. Everything's got high energy moves, everything's got cheap Weather Balls, and you've got a broad range of coverage there. So, yeah, I'm quite enjoying this team. It's sort of appealing to my sense of, playing a meme, but also actually seems to work as well, which is always a good start. Anyway, I hope your Season 7 is going well and you're making some good progress. Let me know if you've got any fun teams. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.